Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good, doing well, and in very high spirits. As you can tell, you read the title, I am gonna be sharing my birth stories. If you don't know, I am a mom of two kids, a boy and a girl, with the boy being the oldest. I am gonna be sharing my birth experience with them, and also I want to give like some tips on how you can have like a natural birth, and some stuff is like show you that to help you guide you to have like a birth experience that's your own, not one that was like put onto you. So I want to start by saying that this is a personal story, this is my experience, and this is my personal opinion. In no way, shape, or form am I giving you medical advice. Okay, so my son was born at 37 weeks, and I do have a little notes because you know when you have a baby, everything just kind of just get blurred, especially on the day you have the baby, everything just get blurred. So I do have a note that I wrote when he was born, and also when my daughter was born. So if you see me looking down, that's just what I'm looking at. So he was born November 18, 37 weeks, 6 pounds 15 ounces, I think. Everything's all blurred still, but yeah. So on November 18, I woke up because a little early because we were supposed to go do our maternity photo shoot, and I know I waited to the last minute because I was working full time and I just feel like I never had enough time, and also I just felt like really huge and I just didn't want to have pictures to remind me of that. Thinking back, I wish I did take pictures though. I do have like personal pictures, but I wish I take like maternity pictures. I wish I'd embraced that pregnancy more. So I woke up in active labor, but I never knew I was in labor at all. I didn't even know. Like it felt different, but like I was like so used to like feeling pain in my belly, and you know having to stop once in a while because I don't know, you know. And then when you go to the hospital, they always say that it's normal, you're not in labor yet and everything. So you know I still like felt the same, like you know, like every time when I would have like pains and stuff. So you know I didn't think anything of it, and like the day before I had my 37 week appointment, and my doctor was like everything is fine. So obviously I didn't think like I was in labor because she didn't say I dropped, or you know if I was like my cervix was ripe or anything. So I just wanted to just go get through the day, you know, and be over it and everything. But my husband, on the other hand, he just, you know, this is his first child. This is our first child, and he just wanted me to go to the hospital. He was like, "You keep laying down too much. I don't feel like it's normal. Let's just go get checked out." I seriously did not want to go, and he just kept saying that we should go, we should go, we should go. After like a few minutes I was like, okay, fine, let's go. So I got up, got dressed, you know, I took a shower, got dressed. I even like stopped by my mom's house because she was about to go to work, and I was like, let me just stop by there. I even stopped by there for a few minutes, and then we went to the hospital. And you know while we were there, while we were driving there, the pain kept a little bit increasing a little bit, but I still never thought I was in labor anyway. And everything that I'm gonna tell you from this moment on happened in like 45 minutes or less, but I'm gonna like give a good time limit that say it happened in 45 minutes. So I got to the hospital. I had to take a long way because the front door was closed, and I was like, what's the front door closed? The front door is never closed. And by this time my pain is increasing, and I'm like so annoyed at everything because I'm like, what is happening? And I had to take a long way. You know, military hospitals, they always have some kind of way that you have to take. So I was walking and I was walking and I was walking, and I was like, the cramps just kept increasing, and I was like, what is this? What is happening? And I kept walking, and then just as I reached the labor and delivery ward, I couldn't go no further, and I was like, oh, I like leaned onto the wall, and I was like, I buzzed, because you know, most hospitals, when you go into like a NICU or labor and delivery ward, you have to kind of like buzz in. You can't just walk in there, because you know, you have to keep babies safe, because people take babies. I don't know why, but people take babies. So they buzzed me, and she was like, oh. So she, like, the nurse that was at the front there, she rushed out to help me. My husband and I went to go park the car, so he wasn't walking with me when I was doing this. And she was like, I have to check your cervix. And I'm telling you, this is the worst part about everything, because you're in pain. You don't want nobody poking up inside your vagina, like, to feel, like, push the hand all up way in you. You don't want that. It hurts. I don't like my cervix being checked. I don't think nobody likes that, but I hate it. So by this time my husband came back, and he was there with me, and she was like, I need to check your cervix, and he has to go fill out paperwork, you know, to see how I'm, like, you know, just paperwork. I don't know what he filled out. And he's there, and she was like, you need to lay down, and I was like, okay, let me lay down. So I lay down, and she was like, you are 8 centimeters. And I'm like, 8 centimeters? 8 centimeters? Like, I was like, still in shock. She was like, oh no, we have to get you to the delivery ward right now, because you know, you have to do like a check-in before you go to delivery, obviously, to see your vitals and everything. And she was like, nope, you have to go now. And by this time I'm like in so much pain. There's so much going on, and I just want, I don't know, at that moment my heart was like racing. I was freaking out, because like everything was just happening so fast. And we get to the ward, and they were like, you need to lay down so we can put the IV in you, because you know. And I was like, why do I need an IV? I'm like perfectly fine. And she was like, no, it's just a preventative. I was like, okay, let me get the IV. So I lay down, and I let get the IV in, and I'm there. And she was like, I look around for like a brief second, like, because like I said, everything's happening so fast. I come there, like, you know, there's other moms, they're probably about to give birth too, and you know, they probably in labor and active labor. But I just came there, like, I really just got there, and I'm already about to deliver my son. And I look around for a brief second, and there were so many nurses in there, like there were so many nurses, and I start freaking out. I freaked out, and I was like, I look at my husband, and he knew that they had to go, and I was like, why is so many people in here? Like, I look at him, I was like, why is so many people in here? And I was like, you know, I was like freaking out, because all these people are looking at my vagina. I don't want that. I didn't want that. Like, why y'all looking at my vagina? Like, I know people are okay with that, but for me, 1-2 person looking at it is fine, but there's a whole lot of people in there, because I think they were like wondering what is happening, and why is everything happening so fast. So you know, it was a trigger for me, so I started crying, like, you know, I was just like over this. So they left, some of them left, and the midwife, she said that I had to have 2 nurses in there with me, one to check the IV and one to check the baby, like one to check on me and one to check on the baby, and she's gonna deliver the baby. So I was like, okay. And my husband, so I'm there, and she was like, you can't get the medicine, and I was like, I don't want the medicine. And she was like, I know. And then she was like, you need to lay down on your back, and just to see how far you are, you need to lay down. And I was like, I can't lay down right now. Can I just like lean over on the bed just to help the pain? And she was like, no, you have to lay down. And I was like, and I was screaming, because you know, you feel all this pain, you just want to let it out. And I was like screaming, and I was just like breathing through it, screaming, breathing through it, screaming. Screaming was helping me, but one thing that made me like annoyed, and this is the part where I just like, I got so annoyed, was that she said that if I don't stop all of this screaming, she is gonna call the doctor. Like, and I remember like thinking in that brief second, what, you know, like, why would you want to call a doctor? Like, is that a bad thing? Aren't doctors like supposed to be helping you? Like, you know, she was like, no, you don't want the doctor to come. And like, I was so annoyed. Like, you could tell in my face that I was so annoyed at her, and I just wanted her to get out. Like, if if my son didn't come like maybe like 2 minutes afterwards, I probably would have delivered my own baby, because I would have like, I gotta go because you annoy me. And you know, I don't like when people like, I don't care if you're the nurse or the doctor, I'm not, you know, I'm not in any distress, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be helping me, guiding me to this journey of becoming a mom, not telling me stuff like you're gonna call the doctor, stop telling me to stop screaming and all this. And you know, all this happened in just a short space time. My son was born after, and you know, I am like, I wouldn't say like I'm lucky because I didn't make the baby myself, but I'm extremely blessed to have my husband understand me. Like he felt me like that. He felt my energy. I don't know how to explain it, but he felt my energy. He knew what I wanted there. He knew that, like, he was my advocate there. Like I feel like if he wasn't there, like, you know, who knew what would have happened, you know? I have like water in my eyes. I don't know why. I cry too much. But he was there for me, like when I was freaking out. And I'm pretty sure that he was freaking out too, because this is his first baby. And you know, he saw my water broke. He saw the baby come out. And you know, I'm pretty sure he was freaking out. But he was so calm. Like he kept me calm the entire time. So I'm like extremely like so blessed to have somebody that understand me in that present moment. And you know, after I got cleaned up and I went back to my room, to the room that you stay in for like 3 days or something. I went back, I got in my room, and I remember they were cleaning the baby up, and I didn't get up to watch the baby take his first bath. My husband did all of that. I just wanted him to have that moment, and because I just was feeling so overwhelmed. And I remember just thinking, like, right in that moment, because it happened in the afternoon. I remember thinking about it all through the night, leading up. And I remember like, did she just really like say that if I don't start screaming, she was gonna call the doctor? And I'm thinking like, why would she say that to me? Like, is it bad to want? Is it bad that you're gonna call the doctor? I mean, you're a midwife. You're supposed to be helping me journey to meeting my son, journey, you know, you're supposed to be helping me, you know, make sure that I'm not in any distress, I'm not in any uncomfortable situation. And I'm like, I think about you know, like other moms that have to do it on their own. I'm thinking like, how many of them have the midwives or doctors like threatened like this, you know, made them feel like uneasy, like they don't, like you can't trust them. You know, like I really hate how healthcare professionals who just dismiss your pain because you're not the first to have a baby in the world. Like, why are you screaming like that? You know, you're not the first to do this, you're not the first to that. And I'm like, you know, like everybody is not the same. And I feel like people really do think that everybody feels the same. Like you can have two persons having a baby at the same time, and one is not screaming, one is screaming, and the one that's screaming, they're gonna look at her like judgmental and be like, why are you screaming? Because the other one is not screaming, you know. And I'm like, two people don't feel the same pain, you know. Like stop dismiss my pain and how I'm feeling and how I want to do this, because that's not how you want to do it. That's not how you were taught in a textbook, you know. Stop doing that. Like, help us, you know, journey to us, check our vitals, check the heart rate, check the blood pressure, you know, check our urine, you know, check all of these stuff. That way we know, like, okay, these are fine, you know, these are fine. So I don't need to be like pushing medicine on her. I don't need to be like pushing her to do this. I don't need to be forcing her to lay down. Like, you know, like, why? Like, help me journey to this at my own speed, make it my journey. Don't make it your school journey. Like, that's what you were taught in school, you know. Help me get to that place. And I feel like I'm ranting. I'm thinking about it right now, and it's just like, I'm like, all I can think about that moment is I'm just like so happy that my husband was there with me. So yeah, like, you know, things can go from 0 to 100 when you're having a baby, especially when you're in labor. Like, you could go there, you're perfectly fine. 10 seconds, maybe your heart rate grow up, or the baby heart rate grow up, and you know, like, everything happened so fast. So I feel like them, you know, them adding to that stress is not, it's maybe one of the main causes that people always have to end up getting a C-section, because they don't feel like they know what they're doing, and then the midwives or the doctors are telling them how they should do it. So that's just my personal opinion. So remember that this is just my personal opinion, and I want you to stay tuned for part 2, where I talk about my daughter's birth story. And thank you for watching. Bye.